Mic check is Shantae Arnett. Um, Mic check is Shantae Arnett. I don't know if you guys heard me. I'm here. I don't have a formal video that I want to record. I don't have a topic that I want to shoot on. I don't have anything specific that I want to talk about. I just kind of want to get on here and talk through some things really quickly. I am a person who has the best intentions, but I over expect. And I feel as if I have an issue where I expect just as much as I give to people, right? I'm one of those people who you always see say they're loyal to a fault. And I constantly find out what that means. The fault part of loyalty. Sometimes I just feel like I'm too invested in people. And I'm saying all of these things in vague contexts because I'm in the emotional moment right now. And I don't want to vent and completely fly off the handle and say things that I should regret later. I probably won't regret later, but I feel bad about saying later. But I want to come on here and not make this video about other people. I want to make it about me evaluating myself and me figuring out why I have such connection issues with people. My personal feelings are that you can't expect the same things from people that they give to you, or you can't expect the same things from people that you give to them. And what I mean by that is you can't expect people to handle situations in the way that you would handle them. You can't expect people to do things in the way that you would do them. You can't expect people to have the same mind that you would have. As expressionary as you are, as open and forthcoming and as honest as you may be, it is hard to expect, and you shouldn't expect, the mirror image of your loyalty from others. And I think with me personally, I just have extreme abandonment issues. I have extreme loyalty issues. I have extreme issues of, and this is probably going to sound weird to people watching this who actually know me, the two of you out there. I am a bit of a people pleaser because I have always been someone who wants to be loved, wants to be liked, wants to be kept around, wants to be embraced, wants to be wanted. And I think 5 minutes into this video, I just figured out what this video was about. Why do I have such an extreme desire to be wanted by people when my natural personality is more introverted than extroverted. But yet, I need to figure out if my introverted, reclusive leaning personality is a natural construct of my genetic being, or if it is a reaction or a what's the word I'm looking for? Is it a reaction, or is it a product of all of the things that I've been through, all of the experiences that have made me feel like I am not a person who is meant to be in mainstream society. My mind works in constant irony with each other because on one side of the token, I want to be completely alone and not be around anybody, not talk to anyone, not be around anyone in a physical sense. I can talk to you guys on YouTube all day and just kind of rip and let live, I guess. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I don't really have any type of format for this video. This is gonna be an essays with essay, but I just don't have any real, I don't know. I think I need to figure out why is it that I want to be completely alone and be wanted by people at the same time. I think that, and I'm just making assumptions at this point, I think that my natural desire as a person is, my natural personality, my natural desires as a person is to be outgoing and to be social and to be a presence and to be somebody who wants to leave an impression on the people around them. I want to be someone who is remembered in the greatest respects, but I don't feel that I give people enough to care about. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of feelings right now that I'm having a hard time reconciling because it's hard to want people around and also feel like you can never trust anyone fully. It's hard to feel that the people you love the most don't love you back. It's hard to feel like the people that you would take a bullet for, the people who you're willing to fight for, die for, aren't even willing to respond to a text message. Like, I don't know. A part of me feels like I'm being too sensitive, and a part of me feels like I expect too much from people. A part of me feels like I am just lonely. But I feel like I suffer from a loneliness that's never gonna go away. I feel like I suffer from a loneliness that's never going to be... I feel like I suffer from a hole that can never be filled, and I'm not exactly sure what caused it, because if I sit and I think about people who have disappointed me in my life, like, I sometimes have this thought in my head that I can't expect people to come into my life and not hurt me. I think that's just a product of life at this point. I think that's just a product of interactions with humans, is that they are going to hurt you. My problem is sometimes realizing that the same people who hurt you can still love you. And that sometimes people don't know you well enough, or as well as you think you know them, or as well as you present yourself to people. Some people just still don't know how you operate, how you are, what you expect from people. Even if you tell them in verbatim terms, this is what I expect. This is what I want. This is what I'm willing to give. I don't ask people for things I'm not willing to give them. But yet, I am constantly left feeling alone in a room full of people. That is my constant state of being. And I know I just brushed my hair, but it doesn't matter. I really don't care. I'm probably gonna shave my head today anyway. If you remember on old social media sites and on old like instant messenger platforms back in the day, they would always have a spot for you to list your mood or how you're feeling or this, that, and the third, or, you know, whatever. Outside of just like a regular status you post, it'd be like your mood. And mine for life is like constantly feeling alone in a room full of people, because I constantly feel myself surrounded by people, yet feeling like no one sees me, no one understands, no one gets it, no one cares. And I always feel like I'm the least important person in the room. Even if I could be at my birthday party where 200 people, I promise you, I would never have a birthday party where 200 people showed up, but I could be at my own birthday party where people specifically came to see me and feel like I'm in that room by myself. That's how I feel walking through my entire life. I feel just alone. I have people around me who love me and who care about me and who show me, but then there are times when I just feel like sometimes I feel like there are actions that are dedicated to just being a good person to everybody, and then there are actions that are dedicated to being, that there are actions dedicated to being a good person to the people you love, right? And sometimes I feel like those things are different. And sometimes I feel like sometimes you do things just because they're nice, and sometimes I feel like you do them because you love that person. And I don't know. I just the flip side of that, the flip side of feeling alone in a room at all times is I have turned that pain into a purpose. Most of the work I do is alone, yet most of the work I do involves mass amounts of people. I'm a drag artist, I'm a musician, I'm a host, I'm now a YouTuber. Maybe once I start getting paid for it, I'll feel more comfortable saying it. On top of that, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. But out of all the things that I do that give me purpose and joy, I find that I do them all alone, you know? When I do music, I write by myself, I rap by myself. I'm not in a group, even though I'd like to be, which is another thing that plagues me. I feel like I'm one of those people who is destined to be a solo artist, but begs to be in a group because I want a family structure around me. I don't want to go through these things alone. I want to share my experiences with people who are just as talented as I am. I want to push people to be their most productive and most inspiring selves. But I think that my mental breakdown and my extreme anxiety and perfectionist nature probably comes from me being a Virgo, comes from me channeling all of the insecurity that I've felt as being alone in a room my entire life and channeling it into a talent and a purpose and a career. When I'm hosting, I am on the mic by myself. And I say this a lot that, I have a social anxiety, but being on stage is different from being in a social environment to me. Being on stage and performing is different because, yes, I'm in a room full of people that I don't know, but yet I feel like the drag and the microphone and the stage presents a barrier and a protection that it sounds completely crazy and it makes no sense, but it's honest and it is what it is. I feel safe on stage. I feel safer on stage than I do standing next to anybody. I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm spending 20 minutes rambling about my feelings, and I'm just heavy in the heart right now, and I have a lot on my brain, and this is partially what I wanted to do essays with Essay for, was so that I could talk about just things on my heart, things on my mind, and just topics in a general sense, whether they have anything to do with me or not. I didn't realize that I would use this platform to talk about myself in such a raw form or to just kind of riff about things that are on my mind. But this feels good. And while I don't think I accomplished anything, or I don't think I've come any closer to any type of relief or figuring out how I can navigate through life and society and feel like a part of it, getting it off my chest helped. And talking about it helped. I feel like there's so much more to say, there's so much more to do, there's so much more to talk about. But right now, I think I've done it for this video. I think I've said all I can say for this video. I think I've done all of the talking that I can do for this video, especially with no real structure, no real format, no real subject. This video has no subject, for real. I've just been sitting here talking for 20 minutes about my feelings and about the things that weigh on me every day. I try to walk around and put on brave faces and be happy, and I try to live my life as the character that my inner personality has created. What I mean by that is, on the surface, I'm someone who's introverted, I'm somebody who's reclusive, I'm somebody who is afraid of people. I'm somebody who is introverted on multiple definitions of the word, but on the outside, I come off to the world as somebody who's a go-getter, somebody who's outgoing, somebody who's this social butterfly, somebody who is somebody who finds comfort in being around people, and those two things directly combat each other, but they are both true. And I don't know how to live like that. I'm constantly in a state of ambivalence when it comes to living in this world, in this country. And I'm sometimes the weight of all the things that you carry around with you just become too much. Because from a society standpoint, I'm already carrying a lot being Black and queer in America and not being understood on any of those facets, which is why I'm doing 2 shows about it. But then a lot of people don't realize the burdens you carry around with you that you don't always talk about, that people can't always directly see when they look at you. The burdens that wake you up in the morning and that make you cry yourself to sleep. The things that you talk to yourself about that you can't even talk to anyone. I don't know. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'm gonna go get my cup and drink some juice. Maybe I'll have a tea or something, but I'm gonna log off of here because I also have a POC POV to do today. And I'm gonna be talking about being the queer in your family. Which honestly plays into a lot of my issues that I have on a daily basis. So, yeah, I think I might start using Essays with Essay as a platform to talk about the things that I carry personally walking through this world. I think a POC POV and In My Queer View are shows that talk about what it's like being a marginalized person in America. And I think that those are things that you can see. Those are tangible issues that you can see when you look at someone, right? Tangible things you can automatically clock when you look at someone. I want to also create a space where I'm comfortable talking about the things that I don't feel comfortable talking to anyone else about. I want to create a space where I open up past activism and I open up past advocacy and I open up on a level where I talk myself through my pain and I use this platform as a method to begin to be vulnerable. So with that being said, once again, I'm gonna log off of here. I just keep thinking of things to say, but I'm gonna get out of here. I'll probably make another video today or tomorrow or at some point, but thank you guys for watching and giving me a little bit of your time. I'm sorry that this video isn't structured or has any type of real message to give you. I'm just kind of talking. Watch a POC POV, watch In My Queer View. A POC POV is out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. In My Queer View is out Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Essays with Essay, I'm gonna just be dropping as I feel them. So if you have any questions or suggestions, y'all know where to find me. Hit me in the inbox, hit me in the comments at Shantae Arnett on all platforms. Thanks. Bye.